One of the biggest questions I get, whether I'm at the grocery store and someone knows me from real estate, or I'm out with dinner at friends, people want to know what's happening in the real estate market. They want me to predict the future, read a crystal ball. I don't know. I don't have those answers. But what I do see and what I do hear and notice is some general trends. So let's kind of talk about what my predictions are for Q4 and Q1 of 2024, 2025, and kind of what I'm predicting for the next couple months. So where we are today, it's the end of October when we're filming this, and we have seen a very slow 2024. So I know everyone has felt it in the industry. Unfortunately, a lot of people have left their careers to try something else because they just weren't getting the transactions they need to survive. But for those of us who are in it for the long haul, it's been slow, but it's been steady. So it's not to say like homes are sitting on the market for half a year. Absolutely not. They're still selling within 60 days. It just takes a little bit more patience. Same thing with prices. We haven't seen a decline in prices. There's still enough demand to keep prices actually going up, even though it's just a little bit less than it has been before. So we're not stagnant. We are still moving. It's just a little bit slower. So my predictions for the next couple months is obviously we're upon the holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, it's all here. And people tend to get distracted for the holidays. And so we do see the Hawaii market slow down even a little bit more. But with that comes opportunity every single year. So this year specifically, I don't know what it is with the guy giving orders. I have a lot of clients coming in January, randomly out of the blue. They're coming in January or February, like just got orders. And so we might see a little uptick in January, maybe, if we have a lot of people looking for homes in this season. But I would say specifically for buyers, you have opportunity to negotiate a little bit better and less competition because everyone else is distracted. They think, oh, we'll wait for the spring market, or, oh, it's too crazy to move during the holidays, so I don't want to deal with it. So as a seller, number one, if you want a little bit more time to prepare your home, or you don't want to feel really rushed through your move, you can list your home in the winter. And some of us as sellers, we don't have a choice, right? You have the job that you have to move, or you have a living situation that's imminent, whether that's a marriage, a birth coming up, unfortunately, maybe a death could happen, or multi-generational living where a loved one needs to live with you and now you need the bigger place, whatever that is. It could be like, I'm out of time, I have to move this winter. That's okay too. And so we can talk about that strategic planning of pricing your home appropriately during the winter market. But for buyers specifically, you now have opportunity to, one, take your time, which is also great. You're not gonna have as much competition. So instead of having to decide within 24 hours if you're gonna offer on a home, maybe we can take 48 hours and we're not competing against multiple offers. You can ask for a little bit under list price as long as it's fair, and we can have a little bit more time to negotiate instead of like, you have 2 hours to decide, because trust me, I've been there and it can be very stressful in a competitive environment. Number 3 thing I think for the real estate market is just realizing that quality matters. And specifically when I say quality, I'm talking about HOA. That is the big dooming, glooming word of the year, HOAs, because not every HOA is created equal. And even our single family homes, a lot of these neighborhoods have an HOA, even though the payment can be much less than a condo. And that comes down to insurance. So we've seen it plastered across newspapers, all over the internet, the insurance crisis of 2024 because of all the natural disasters happening nationwide. Not only on Maui with Lahaina, but it's everywhere. It's all these hurricanes that just happened. Guess what? It impacts everybody's insurance. And so we've seen, I think it was just for my condo at Nahele, insurance quote went up 660% for our HOA. Insane. That's like unheard of. Specifically, our personal property insurance also went up. And so it's not just your HOA, it's also your personal mortgage is being affected by this. And so realizing it is so important than ever before to work with realtors and lenders specifically who are going to look at the HOA policies, to look at the HOA budgets for you and help you navigate this experience. And talking to other realtors who have recently sold in the building or have other listings there, we are really reaching out to everybody to help get you a full picture to decide if this is the right home for you. Unfortunately, there are always going to be unseens and unknowns that we can't predict as we go through the purchasing process. But however, we should have at least enough context to help prepare you for any changes that could be coming up. And I think now that we're in the end of 2024, most of those big sticker shocks have happened, especially with the fiscal year just starting. So hopefully by now we've kind of gotten over the biggest shocks of them with these buildings, and you're gonna know up front. But you might be shopping a condo and then find it has an assessment tacked onto it. So not only are you purchasing the condo, you might have to take on an assessment fee, which is the HOA making up for the difference in the gap. That could be an extra, $10,000 that's chunked out into payments, or you can pay it up front at your purchase. Whatever it is, there could be some unknown factors there with HOAs. So I want to make sure that we're aware, we're alert, and we're not surprised when we see some fluctuations happen. And again, it's just a reminder to have that rainy day fund, have that emergency fund stacked and ready to go, so that if you purchase a home and you find out your costs are going up, we're not in a panic mode and we have coverage to then make game plan B, okay? That's really important in this next season. So that kind of wraps up my real estate predictions. I do think it will pick up for sure next spring, but for now we're cruising. Things are still happening. Just a couple minutes ago, I got the news one of my buyers got an accepted offer. We were able to have no competition and we got a great deal for them. So I'm very excited to navigate escrow, close in 30 days for them, and just realize that people are still moving. No matter what time of year it is, no matter what is going on in the world, real estate is still going. It just might be a little bit quieter, but it's still happening and there's opportunities everywhere. So I post a new video every single Friday talking specifically about the real estate market, and I'm happy to be your guide on your journey too. I'll see you next week. Bye.